welcome in the latest edition of the SAU Women's Basketball Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside head women's basketball coach Julio Pacheco. And Coach, your second coaches show, but a little bit different from the first one. Your team sits there at 4-0. It's matches the best start in a decade since 2004 and 5 for the women's basketball program. In the midst of that, you have two non-conference wins against Philander Smith. All these are on the road, by the way, which is also very impressive.
Yes, sir.
Philander Smith, Texas A&M Commerce, and then you pick up two big conference wins to start off the conference season, East Central and Southeastern. Let's go ahead and talk about last week. You started off with Texas A&M Commerce. You go to that place. It's a place where the basketball program as a whole hadn't had any success, no wins there. Come away with the victory. What was the key to that game?
Well, Daniel, we approached that game. We knew that was the key game of the week. We talked about it. I talked about the game with the seniors, and we understood that Texas Commerce, with the recruiting they did throughout the summer, they are a great contender team in that league. They're tall, they have size, they are athletic, and they play multiple players off the bench. And we knew going there, never had a chance to win there. We knew that would be a really, really tough challenge for us. At the same time, I knew in my heart that, okay, if we win this game here, I think we have a great chance to have a good week, because I believe that was the toughest opponent we had last week, Texas Commerce. It was a difficult game. We were down big throughout the game, and just really outstanding leadership from our seniors. They understood the urgency we had to play that game, and we were able to come home on top at the end of the game, and we won by 2 points.
You talk about that being a big game. You get that win on Tuesday at Texas A&M Commerce. You stay on the road. You were maybe at home to sleep in bed one more time here in Magnolia. You go on the road over to Ada, Oklahoma to take on East Central. And then knowing that you got to go back to Durant on Saturday. But just talk a little bit about that grind of that week, knowing that you were going to be at home maybe 1 or 2 days this week, not only for you but for your players. How do you manage that? It's
something that we thought about throughout the whole preseason. We knew that week would be a really brutal week. We played 4 games in 7 days, which is just, I challenge anybody in the nation who play a tougher week than we played. We played, of course, one of the teams, Philander Smith, it's not an NCAA member team, but it's also a quality team. And then after that, we played 3 Division II games on the road. So just it took a lot of planning from us coaches to really prepare the team. I go back to those days that we're running a bunch, we're lifting a lot of weights, and it came all together. The toughness of our team is just outstanding. When we play those games throughout the week, not a lot of time to practice. We can't really practice anything. We just really walk through, get some shots, and go play games. I even joke with the players like a little bit of like an NBA schedule. You play every other day, so we don't have a lot of time to recover, not a lot of time to really maybe improve any areas, but only really learn the intel from other teams. So I'm so glad that we survived that week well, and especially with the 4 victories, it's just outstanding. I'm just beyond proud of our team.
In all those games too, your team had to overcome some adversity, a couple lengthy or sizable deficits throughout those games, but Battleback obviously able to come away with the wins in that. What do you attribute to that early on, being able to overcome those early deficits?
I joke with the players. I think they're really testing my heart, if I maybe have a heart attack or something, I just think that throughout the summer, we really work hard in those aspects. How do I deal with an adversity? How do I overcome situations where I got my back against the wall? And, it all come together now. We're down by 15. I think at Commerce, we're down by 12 in Southeastern Oklahoma. And the girls, like we talk about, you have to dig very deep in your heart and find the element that will bring us on top. And they did. There's always somebody that made a play, or like a big rebound, or somebody dove on the floor, got something that gave us that little spark. And now we were able to come on top of all those games.
You've mentioned in earlier shows and things like that throughout the year, your senior leadership. You feel that you've got a very strong group of seniors. One of those that has stood out throughout this year early on and been very consistent has been Rosa Bryant, recently named GAC Player of the Week, well-deserved. in the 3 games that counted towards last week's Player of the Week nomination, over 20 points per game, 15 rebounds. What has she meant for you as on your team, not only in terms of offensive production, but just the intangibles?
Rosa, and I've been telling, every time I talk to you guys and I talk to Dan on the radio, Rosa is an outstanding human being. She understands that this is her last year. She understands that she wants to leave the program with a good legacy. And she's doing, she's checking every box right now. I mean, she's just beyond the court, just an outstanding person. Everybody loves her. They have a tremendous respect for her. She shows passion. She shows emotion for the game. And that type of vibe is really, spreading all over the team. And everybody's just really going behind her and really supporting her. Her performance is a product of everybody working hard. She understands, she is our leader right now. She is understands that she needs to have the ball in her hands, but it's a collective effort. Everybody's really working hard to accomplish things as a team, and we're just glad to have really good people, really good players. They understand the urgency to play in their last year.
You start off 4-0, mentioned that's the best start for the program in a decade since 2004-05 season. You get all that positive momentum going, and then just kind of the nature of basketball going across both semesters, you're starting to hit where some natural breaks come in, the holiday breaks, Thanksgiving, Christmas break coming up. How do you kind of manage that with your team, knowing you're on that positive roll, but you're forced to take some time off? You don't play another game until December 3rd. So how do you kind of keep that in check and not lose a step?
It's interesting, this question, because in the summertime, I was desperate trying to find a game this week. I was so concerned about this week that we didn't have any games for a period of 12 days now. And after what we went through last week was just a brutality week for us. We played 4 games on the road. I'm actually rethinking my thoughts, and I thought, okay, we need a break here. And I told the players, I said, you guys, let's accomplish something special this week right here, and I'll be good to you guys. And they did. They earned their break. They're going home for the Thanksgiving break. I think it's in a perfect timing right now for us, for them. A lot of the players need to refresh their legs, and not only the physical aspect, but the mental too. It's especially for them to spend time with the family, cousins, relatives, and hopefully when they come back, and I know that we'll come back, re-energized, ready to go, recharged, ready to go to play 2 conference games at home.
A couple big conference games coming up for the Lady Mule Riders. Those will be at home. First time we get to see you guys at home. We're very excited about that.
That's right. It's good to be home, that's for sure. After playing, so many games on the road, I've been challenging the whole community. Let's fill up our place here. W.T. Watson needs to be rocking on Thursday night. Come support the Lady Mule Riders. It's a special year with some really special players in representing their school and our community. So come on out, come support us. We need y'all.
It's going to be very fun to watch you guys finally in action at the W.T. Watson Center. Again, 4-0. Lady Mule Riders off to the start this year. Best start since 2004 and 5. And then again, they'll be at home December 3rd and 5th against Northwestern Oklahoma State on that Thursday, December 3rd. Tip-off at 5:30, and then they got Southwestern Oklahoma. 2 tough games, but the Southwestern Oklahoma tip will be at 1 o'clock on Saturday, December 5th. Coach, appreciate it and best of luck.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, guys.